Welcome to Science World. I'm Medlin Kelvin Cisse. I'm here to talk on the topic chemical combination. When we talk of chemical combination, we simply refer to as the process by which elements in the periodic table try to combine with different type of elements, combine with themselves to attain an octet position. When we talk of octet position, we are trying to talk about elements in the group 8. Elements in the group 8 of the 20th element in the periodic table are argon and neon. These are elements that have their orbitals completely filled. And because they have their orbitals completely filled, then they are said to be a noble element, also known as octet position, which are the inert gases. Because they are noble, they have their shell filled completely. That is why they are referred to as noble gases. The other remaining elements in the periodic table, the 20 elements in the periodic table, which are the remaining 17, because helium is also a noble gas, just that it's not a group 8 element, but it's a noble gas because it has its orbitals completely filled because it's the second element in the periodic table. The balance two noble gases are argon and neon. Neon comes before argon. So the rest are trying to attain that position to become completely filled. So by so doing, they have to do it in a bonding manner. So that bonding manner is what we refer to as chemical combination. For the elements to receive their complete state, they do so by two ways, either by transferring electrons or by sharing electrons. That takes us to the two types of bonding in chemistry. The first type, which is known as electrovalent or ionic bonding, its principle is based on the transfer of electrons from one element to another. How is this happening? It happens or occurs between two elements, one positive and the one negative. When we talk of positive, we are talking of a metal element. When we talk of negative, we are talking of what? A non-metal element. Because of the charge, the positive and the negative, that's why electrovalent element or electrovalent bonding is also referred to as what? Ionic bonding, because they involve charges. And these charges comes from the metal and non-metal. Now, if you take a look at hydrogen and chlorine, which gives you hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen, it's number 1 in the periodic table. It has a positive charge of 1. And chlorine, it is number 17 in the periodic table. When you look at the electronic structure, it's 287. Now, chlorine needs an electron, which is 1, for it to be completely filled in its last shell. While hydrogen, just with 1 electron, will tend to donate the 1 electron to chlorine. So by so doing, they tend to create the bonding known as what? Electrovalent bonding. That tells you that the principle of electrovalent bonding is nothing but transfer of electrons. Electrons has been transferred from the hydrogen element to what? To the chlorine element. So when they do so, it is referred to as electrovalent or ionic bonding. The reason why it is called ion, because charges are involved. It is coming from a positive metal to a non-metal, which is a negative. So you see, the final bonding now in this case of electrovalent bonding will be the hydrogen will lose, it will be 0, while the chlorine now will be 288 instead of 287 initially, because the hydrogen electron has been transferred from the hydrogen to the chlorine atom, now making it to be 288. Take your mind to the second type of bonding, which is known as covalent bonding. The principle of covalent bonding here involves the sharing of electrons. For electrovalent bonding, its principle is the transfer of electrons. Why covalent bonding now? The electrons are not involved, but what are involved? Molecules. Molecules tend to share within elements. It can be elements of the same come together, combine to give you a particular molecule for them to be in that complete or noble manner. For example, you take a look of chlorine, metal, and chlorine. Chlorine atom and chlorine atom. When two chlorine for sorry combine together, they give you what is known as what? A covalent bond. Chlorine, the first chlorine, chlorine 1 is having 287, and the other chlorine is having 287. If two chlorine combine together, they gives you what? A 288. They will be sharing that one electron from that chlorine 1 and one electron from other chlorine 2 combined together. They will be like sharing together. They will not transfer, like in the case of electrovalence bonding. Electrovalence bonding will transfer, while covalent bonding now, they will share together. So by so doing, we say electrovalence bonding is the principle of transfer of electron that's involved between two positive and non-positive elements. When we talk of positive element, we are talking of metal, and non-positive element, we are talking of what? A non-metal. Covalent bonding here can exist now between particular elements or elements that can share their electrons together. So good so far? This is what I want you to understand for this moment. Stay tight and fix. Stay home, stay free. COVID-19 is real. Stay to the precautionary measures. Love you all. See you next time.